Hey y'all, it's Mary. So I wanted to hop on here and make a long video that's going to be put out in parts because it's too long because I have too much to say about this. But the internet, or the medical aesthetics community and internet related to the new Allē program, is just so interesting to me, and the firm stances that people take. In particular, a few points. So it's kind of like I don't know. Just want to make a post about it because I've been posting in some groups and stuff and getting feedback. And I am at home, so excuse the background, but trying to rest my recently worked on knee after an amazing temple launch with AMI, which is the first point to bring up, that yes, I train with AMI. And no, that does not make me biased towards their rewards program because it's not AMI's rewards program. So someone tried to say that on Facebook, and I find that very interesting because there are AMI trainers that are also gain trainers that are also trained for MERS, and it doesn't necessarily mean we're biased towards like a rewards program. It means we believe in the products that the company makes and the science behind them, because bringing me to my next point, you should be choosing the company that and their products based on the science and practical application. I really find it interesting people saying, this rewards program is crazy, I'm not ever using Allergan again, which is really upsetting to me because as a person with a why and really interested in the why behind things, you're essentially using a rewards program, therefore money, to dictate what products you then allow your clients to like to maybe experience. Yeah, that just, I don't need to say anymore. As a medical provider, that's not okay. Money shouldn't dictate. If I have the option for this syringe, and this syringe, I need to put my medical practice first and choose the one that I think is best for that client. I'm not saying you have to have every option in front of you, but to say you're not going to choose this one, even though it's best for the client based on science or evidence-based practice, which is overwhelming with the Juvederm line, for example, or Botox, for example, then, but you're not going to choose it because the rewards program is worse than this one. Yeah, have a problem with that. So you can change my mind on that if you'd like. And yeah, there's a little tube behind this because some of this stuff is just, I'm a black and white thinker, and this is pretty black and white to me. And so I have a strong opinion on it because I believe in it, and I have strong opinions on things that I believe in. You know, one of the other kind of things is like, you're giving stuff to them for free. And it's, you know, just like a misunderstanding, I think, of the program in general. And this is just like from the email. And then asking a few questions, of course. But, you know, to get that free syringe of Juvederm, people skip over the Skin Medica at 400 points. It's so funny. It's like, we're just going to ignore the fact that you can get some really, really great science-backed, proven skincare for free, and you don't even have to ever get to the free Juvederm or Botox. And guess what? They can go to Brilliant Connections and get it from there. So you don't ever have to worry about giving it away, or like your injection fee time, or the lights are on and the alcohol swabs. I mean, it's just like, okay, it's so funny how people are speaking to this to kind of fit their agenda. So don't forget, at 400 points, they can turn it in every single time at 400 points and get a different skincare product. And given the line of Skin Medica, no matter what your thoughts are on it, there's probably a product in there, sunscreen, that people can use and do. And considering that, like, you get your Botox, it's 400 points, and you get your Botox twice a year, probably gonna go through a sunscreen about twice a year. So let's just like stop right there and be grateful for that. Thank you for that wonderful reward. It's really, really great. Thank you so much. Anyways, let's just say they get up to Juvederm. If you want to watch this full video, by the way, I'll post it on YouTube. But let's just say they get up to the full 900 points. And they're your client. Let's start there, because most clients are pretty loyal. And most clients don't, it is geography based, but don't deal hop. So, you know, okay, I'll speak to the ones that do, and then the very, very rare exceptions. Based on statistics, based on current statistics from Allē. So let's say your client gets to 900 points. That means they've spent 900 points worth of stuff in your practice because it's your client. That's what we're going off of. That's a lot of money. Let's just say it's Botox. Botox would have to be 5 times. So let's hope you're doing the FDA approved, you know, 64 units, or maybe you're doing even more, whatever. And and you're doing that, or they're coming in for a lip flip every time, which we're not supposed to do in Allē anyway. So let's say they're getting a full treatment just here, $200. Even that times $1,000 is worth it if you've done zero conversion in your practice to any other treatment. So probably should look into that if that's the case. There are, of course, only Botox clients, sure, that are going to be there, but they're pretty rare, and you really can't usually get them to do something else, or maybe consider talking to them about the skincare before they ever make it to the free Botox. I don't know. We're in a culture of like instant want. So when you put in front of them that they can have a premium skincare product, probably going to take it, in which case they'll get back to zero. So then you're talking about, okay, now they have to spend blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Juvederm. Oh, and Juvederm. So let's say the same client, there's done Botox the whole time. They spend $1,000 with you and they get a free one of the syringes of Juvederm. You don't have to give it to them. First of all, if they don't meet the criteria for the Ultra, the Vobella, and whatever the other option is, then as a medical provider, none of those are what you need. So therefore, we can't use it on that. Let's go back to the skincare and potentially use your points on that. Or let's hold your points a little longer and you can get the free Botox. What an idea. So this whole, like, they're telling me how to dictate my practice and they're telling me what I can treat my patients with doesn't really hold water either. Unless you can't find a skincare product they could use. You can't find a way to use those 3 filler options based on rheology and other important things, and they don't get Botox. Then they're probably not using allergen products to begin with, and this is a moot point. Okay, so moving forward, that's another big thing that I've heard. That is like a meaningful thing. I don't want a rewards program to dictate my practice either. But if you look at it from that perspective, you can probably find something to use it on. We worry a lot about clients' wallets. Our minds are in our clients' wallets. None of our business. Get your mind out of your client's wallet, because that's not, no client's going to ever spend that much money with me to get up to this, that, or the other, and they've taken away their $20 they get every so often. It's like, okay, first of all, they haven't completely taken away them getting cash rewards. There's Allē Flash, there's still rebates, and there's still coupons, and gift cards. So back up. Let's not fit the agenda, I like to say, and don't forget those. So those options are still very, very valid options, as you should be flashing your provider every time they come in. Another little business tip for you. Money hasn't totally gone out the window. If you lose a client to your med spa over $20 not being redeemed at the next appointment, we probably have problems. Probably problems with the client, sure. Maybe don't want to be not your ideal client anyway, and then you could always give them $20 off yourself the next appointment. And then if you multiplied that times 1,000, if you have 1,000 clients, that would be very expensive. But let's be real, not all 1,000 clients are going to get salty over $20. Now, it's all about the verbiage and the Allē stuff, right? So how's about you talk to them about, this is where so 1,200 points for free Botox. That was only $120 when you redeemed it, Now it's worth off of $10 a unit. Let's just go off that. It's worth $500 now. Once again, thank you, Allergan. Thank you so much. When they redeem that and they come in and you're giving them a free product, and your injector is so valuable that those 15 minutes will sink your business if you give it to somebody for free. Okay, you could charge us the booking deposit, or whatever, the typical one, and educate your clients on this, because this is not going to be like everyone in your practice coming through the door October 1 with all these points, because that's just not, no one we have 33 of our 6,000 clients we have in Tennessee only. We have 33 clients that qualify currently for a free 900 points or so. We can move on from that. Statistical fact. So there's no arguing that. So they're not going to cram through the door on October 1 and make you lose, an entire week's worth of free injecting. So everybody calm down with that. Injection fee is an option, or we might use the deposit or whatever, and just educate your clients starting now. Like, the education behind Allē is there. Choose to use it or not, or just be bitter and don't. I don't know. Your BDMs are awesome. Our reps they may not be, but if they're not awesome, consider maybe reaching out to Allergan and letting Allergan know that your rep isn't someone that you connect with, and they will do something about it, like maybe put you in somewhere else, or maybe try to foster that relationship. You know, you never know if you don't ask. I'm not saying we love every single one of our reps. I don't even know every single one of our reps, but I can tell you the ones that I had are amazing and that I do know, and so that's great. And I can also say that for the record of my Galderma rep here where I'm at. So, you know, this is not a biased situation. So connecting with your rep, learning, educating yourself about verbiage on how to talk to clients about the Allē program. For instance, hey, I know you normally do your $20 off for the next treatment. This first time, I'm actually going to give that to you anyways, you know, if they even express any issue. But guess what? Instead of, yes, it will be a minute before you get this, but it's so worth it because $120, 1,200 points is not nearly as good as 50 free units of Botox, which is actually $500 if it's $10 per unit, $1,000 for you people that charge $20 a unit. Go you. Yeah, so I think your client's going to be pretty happy if you guide them on the perspective and do some education. But I think the top thing here and why I'm so passionate about this is not because I'm so loving Allergan. I do love Allergan, for the record. I choose their products because I believe they're the best. Another little pushback. Well, you're just a big accountant, so you get extra education and you get extra this and extra that, and it's all politics. Started out as a mobile Botox provider 2 years ago. Just me and my twin sister. Mobile Botox. I know some people's opinions on mobile practices. Bring it on. Started out as mobile Botox, very safe, and grew it from there, so to what it is now. And you're welcome to go check out SmileyAesthetics.com as we open our 9th, 10th, and 11th brick and mortar med spa, as well as we are a platform for providers to open med spas, you know, under our umbrella. We have about 130 of those, so in 2 years. So yeah, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, and then I'm not gonna let anyone try to tell me that I get special treatment because our company is the size that our company is. Yeah, wasn't like that always, and I worked my way up being Allergan loyal. I was Allergan loyal for all the reasons that I'm kind of seeing in these forums, mainly because I believe in their products. I am a nerd, that's why I'm with AMI. Shout out to the AMI nerds, and I like science, I like clinical-based stuff. I'm not saying other stuff doesn't have that. They do. Other companies do have research and stuff. Can't speak to everything, but I found Allergan's to be I found their products to be the most scientific based. I like their studies the best. I think their studies are done the best. And I like the providers that I've met in AMI and in the clinical science back team, and I'm all about the why. So I choose my products based on what I think is best for the client after I've educated myself, and not on their rewards program, which I think is awesome. So just of note. So yeah, I get passionate about it, especially when I see medical providers choosing things based on money or based on Allē rewards. We should take away all rewards in that case and just start picking products based on, based on the science behind them. That's what we do. That's what we should be doing as medical providers. Now, with that being said, well, I'm a business, and so I have to, yes, we got it. But it really doesn't do that much for me when I built my business being Allergan loyal, completely 100% till we brought in Sculptra, I don't know, maybe a year ago, which I hardly use actually at this time. No shade, love Sculptra. And so the whole you can't survive on Allergan products because they're too expensive. I'll do this one. Let's fix that. Yeah, that's kind of the face I like to make to that because it's typically a mismanagement issue, and I'm not saying we did everything perfect, trust me. Well, live and learn, but it typically is just maybe a business issue. And I mean, we are proof of that. So, and maybe we're an exception to the rule, but I don't think so. We've helped 130 or more businesses now be successful with Allergan loyal products only, and they are starting out from the very bottom, brand new, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I actually have some really good statistics to say that you can be Allergan loyal and survive despite their products being a little bit more expensive than other products because they're worth it. And to me, they're worth it because they're clinically, scientifically, rheologically better in a lot of ways than most of the other ones. That's my spiel. Changed my mind, as I've said on many posts. I probably, I don't know if that paused or not. My battery's going dead. I probably left some stuff out, but don't forget, you also, if your person is, they're coming in for their free syringe of Juvenum because they want lips and you've chosen Ultra based on your medical expertise to go in their lips, It's not like you couldn't use that opportunity to maybe potentially give them some Botox, or, you know, off-label alert, let's put a little lip flip in there to accompany that Juvederm syringe that I think is going to be perfect in your lips. The Juvederm syringe is free. Go you for spending a lot of money in my practice. I'm very grateful for you to be a loyal client. And let that lip flip is going to go perfect with this, because you pull up a little bit with that oris muscle. You know, there's maybe an option. And then that little bit to make off that Botox, because they're getting a free syringe, might be covering your super expensive injector and your super expensive alcohol pads. So we can, another plug for just like kind of leave that alone. Also forgot to speak to the very rare client that comes to your practice. They practice hop. They've managed to accumulate 900 points, and for some reason, they choose your med spa for their free service. Maybe it's because you're an excellent provider. I don't know, and they can finally afford you because you're free, something to consider. But use that as an opportunity to gain the client. You could have it on your social media, your website, whatever, when you talk about the Allē Rewards program, that there's an injection fee when you come to me as a new client with this free item, for obvious reasons. But let me explain. I'm not going to explain it to you, because you're paying for my skill in the session, and the seat in the chair, and the lights on thing, and the alcohol pads, and that syringe is free, so that's excellent. But we do charge new clients an injection fee. That's very acceptable. And then they come to you for a Juvederm Ultra syringe, just using that one again, and you don't think they're a candidate for it, you can say no. Just say no. No, I don't. That's not the best choice for you. I'm going to choose the Volbella or whatever other option for that. Or actually, you still qualify for these SkinMedica products, so I'd love to recommend one of these for you. Or I'd love to treat you with what I recommend. Ooh, another a Restylane product. Or you're not a candidate for lips at all. Let's try some Botox. Would you like to try that? Or and we can save up to get you a free one of that. / just no. It's just a no. So let's stop with the dictating our care kind of thing, or dictating our practice, because you still have power. Allē's not going to jump out of the computer. You know, she's not some girl that's going to come out of the computer and choke you for, you know, not using the free syringe the way, you know, it's just kind of ridiculous. So if you made it this far, this is like going to be part 70 million of Allē whatever. Hope you enjoy it. Or maybe I'll just put it on YouTube and Patreon and let people watch it from there. Not sure. And if you just don't care, cool. This is just my opinion. As someone who loves science, someone who is with AMI, which is an honor, someone who has trained mainly with Galderma products, and have nothing against them, but is Allergan loyal in our brick and mortar med spas. And it's worked for us. And so don't believe everything you read on social media. Do a little bit of education. Tap into the resources that these companies provide, not just Allergan, but specifically, Allergan's resources for your business. And then for God's sakes, don't choose products based on rewards programs. Okay? Okay. Bye.